There, last seen wearing a pink shirt and gray pants. According to her siblings, she just walked out the back door and then disappeared. So we don't know where she went, if she went toward the road or in the woods.
Very mountainous terrain, very steep terrain.
Rural terrain and limited communication.
SummerWells is missing. She's 5 years old. She's 4 foot tall, blonde hair. Last seen wearing a pink shirt and gray pants. According to her siblings, she just walked out the back door and then disappeared. So we don't know where she went, if she went toward the road or in the woods.
Very mountainous terrain.
Channel 11 dives deeper into the disappearance of Hawkins County 6-year-old SummerWells. For the first time, we have heard from the lead investigator with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office.
And tonight he tells us what this investigation looks like right now.
Josh and Sarah, the case of SummerWells does not look much different today than what it did when I first reported live on authorities searching out in Beach Creek back in June of last year. Now authorities are spending more time than ever before fielding through false tips as well as false hope.
It's sporadic. I mean, one day you might get 5 leads, the next couple of days you might not get anything. But it's been an active investigation that's I've been devoted to since it first occurred.
As Summer's disappearance approaches the 10-month mark, the scenarios of what happened the night of June 15th continue to grow.
The wandering away, sneaking off to go play or whatever she may have done, that is a viable option.
The night she went missing, authorities said she walked away from her house. The following day, an Amber Alert was issued.
People are probably tired of hearing this. All possibilities are on the table. We're not completely eliminating the abduction.
Amber Alert was issued.
People are probably tired of hearing this. All possibilities are on the table. We're not completely eliminating the abduction
Amber Alert was issued.
People are probably tired of hearing this. All possibilities are on the table. We're not completely eliminating the abduction idea. But there's nothing to lead us to believe that we need to focus on that alone.
In the height of the search.
But there's nothing to lead us to believe that we need to focus on that alone.
In the height of the search.
But there's nothing to lead us to believe that we need to focus on that alone.
In the height of the search.
But there's nothing to lead us to believe that we need to focus on that alone.
In the height of the search, those on the ground combed through miles of tough, rugged terrain, leaving many to wonder how there was no trace of little Summer.
She was like 3 foot, 40 pounds. It would be a lot easier for her to get through some of the foliage. And she's lower to the ground, smaller body, a lot more flexible.
Along with the ground search, Pruitt says investigators have poured through data.
We have gone through reams and reams of data. We've collected statements. We've chased down every credible lead that has been given to us. And we are still not much further along than when we started. Surveillance videos, GPS locations, cell phone tracking, cell phone data, electronic data, anything that we could think of to get our hands on.
As time continues to pass since that June day, it's increasingly hard to hold on to hope.
Well, we're 9 months in. I would hope that she is still alive somewhere, but we also have to be open to the idea that that is no longer a possibility.
Pruitt says that he has never worked a case like this with so many different entities involved, and he says it's still baffling that it looks the same as it did that night that Summer was reported missing. Coming up tonight at 11, we learn more about Summer's family's relationship with law enforcement, especially as her father remains jailed and lawyers are now involved.
Ansley, thanks. And the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation's Amber Alert for Summer remains active tonight. You can call in credible tips to 1-800-TBI-FIND.
You know that whole Jose truck thing? You know, that you missed because you're fucking lazy and so are your sources and whatever else, you can't be bothered to watch videos. And that whole Jose white truck, Don thing. Well, also, Voldemort / Andy thinks that Don killed Jose. And that's his white truck, by the way. And he has for a while. Since before Summer went missing. There's that.
Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson tells me everything is on the tables. Investigators are not ruling out an abduction or that she might have walked away from her home. Their only goal is to find Summer, but they're saying it's difficult with circulating rumors on social media.
In my position and my detectives, everywhere we go, everybody wants to share their opinion, which is, we understand that. But 99.9% of things that people are posting or saying, we've already looked into and taken care of.
Lawson says anyone living in roughly 5-mile radius of the Beach Creek community should look at their trail or security camera footage again from the day Summer disappeared.
And sometimes people will think, well, I saw that, but it probably wouldn't mean anything. But the least little thing to us may be something huge. So that's why we ask for the public, everything they see, to continue to check their property, their outbuildings and different things like that.
Investigators are still hoping to find a potential witness who drives a red or maroon truck that was spotted in the Ben Hill Road neighborhood the afternoon of June 15th.
The biggest thing is the ladder racks and the white buckets. Means that they do some kind of work, and that vehicle was seen in the area sometime during her disappearance, and we're just wondering if they saw something. They may hold that little piece I was talking about earlier that would blow this thing wide open, let us know where Summer is if they saw something. And we've searched and found so many of them, just not the right one yet.
Sheriff Lawson tells me that if anyone has a credible tip, not a social media rumor or opinion, but something they may have seen near the Beach Creek community that day, to let authorities know.
Their trail cameras, their security cameras, every day, especially around the time that she disappeared, because we never know who was going to be in that area, and we're still looking for a red Toyota truck. And everything that we do is trying to put a piece of the puzzle together to find Summer. And it may not be something that mean anything to the people. It may mean everything to us.
Summer's parents and concerned community members believe she may have been abducted or trafficked.
I assure you, we've done everything when we was up on that scene, everything humanly possible to do.
The FBI's Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team even came to Beach Creek. That's a team dedicated to investigative, technical, analytical, and resource assistance on site during non-family child abductions, ransom child abductions, and mysterious disappearances of children.
We brought the FBI card team in, and everything that they can find, there was no indication whatsoever of child abduction.
Was issued.
People are probably tired of hearing this. All possibilities are on the table. We're not completely eliminating the abduction idea, but there's nothing to lead us to believe that we need to focus on that alone.
And the TBI asked for help finding the driver of a Toyota pickup truck that was seen in the area around the time Summer went missing. That's the last new public information that was released.
You would think if somebody had saw something, they would come forward, even if they just had the truck and didn't see anything. But like I said before, it may be somebody that has paid no attention to this, or maybe somebody that's got a criminal record and was driving wasn't supposed to be driving too.
Months later, that truck and its driver haven't been identified, but we learned more about the person who gave the information about the truck.
There was somebody driving a company truck that, well, the officers here are familiar with this gentleman, and we believe that he actually saw it. There was somebody driving a company truck that, well, the officers here are familiar with this gentleman, and we believe that he actually saw it. There was somebody driving a company truck that, well, the officers here are familiar with this gentleman, and we believe that he actually saw it.
Hey Jose, how are you doing? I'm hanging in there. When he really had to drive further away for work. Are you serious? Yeah, why? I'm freaking out.
They're looking for a red Toyota pickup with a ladder rack in it that was seen on a trail cam, and nobody has come forward yet to say, you know, I witnessed something, or I was in the area that day. You know, nobody has come forward to claim it yet, or to say that they've seen anything.
No wonder, because that's one of the vehicles Don used. But it wasn't always. That was only used when he had to really go far. Like, we talking an hour drive to go work. And that car was more reliable than the white one.
Do you know where he was working at when you were there?
No. Not red Toyota with a ladder rack on it. Well, yes. That was one of the vehicles he used when he would drywall. But he only used that when he went long distance. It was a little red Toyota? Yes. And that was only when it was long distance. Like, no. I was so new to the area, so I barely knew. But most of his jobs that he had were close proximity, no further than 20-minute drive. One job that he did have to do was almost an hour drive away, and he actually drove a red pickup truck, and it had ladders on the top of it, and he was like, this is the only car that's going to help me make it. Was it a little red truck? Yes, a little small one, almost the size of that white Sonoma he drove. Red truck?
Right,
yes, a little small one, almost the size of that white Sonoma he drove. Red truck?
Right,
yes, a little small one, almost the size of that white Sonoma he drove. Red truck?
Right,
yes, a little small one, almost the size of that white Sonoma he drove.
Right, do you remember what kind of tags, what state the truck was from?
No, I don't. I really didn't think nothing of it. I'm pretty sure it was Tennessee plates, though, because it looked just like the one that he had for the Sonoma. Well, people can switch them too, so yeah, that's true. But yeah, as far as I can remember that. It had like a yeah.
Did anybody ever ride with Don in that truck?
Co-workers.
With him?
Yeah. One of the guys was he was a Spanish guy or a Mexican guy. I had to translate one time over anything, and then there was one time we were there, and I wound up cooking when he really had to drive further away for work. Are you serious? Yeah. Why? I'm freaking out.
They're looking for a red Toyota pickup with a ladder rack in it that was seen on a trail cam, and nobody has come forward yet to say, I witnessed something, or I was in the area that day. Nobody has come forward to claim it yet, or to say that they've seen anything.
No wonder, because that's one of the vehicles Don used. But it wasn't always. That was only used when he had to really go far. Like, we talking an hour drive to go work. And that car was more reliable than the white one.
Do you know where he was working at when you were there?
No. I was so new to the area, so I barely knew. But most of his jobs that he had were close proximity, no further than 20-minute drive. One job that he did have to do was almost an hour drive away, and he actually drove a red pickup truck, and it had ladders on the top of it, and he was like, this is the only car that's going to help me make it. Was it a little red truck? Yes, a little small one, almost the size of that white Sonoma he drove.
Right, do you remember what kind of tags, what state the truck was from?
No, I don't. I really didn't think nothing of it. I'm pretty sure it was Tennessee plates, though, because it looked just like the one that he had for the Sonoma. Well, people can switch them too, so yeah, that's true. But yeah, as far as I can remember that. And it had like a ladder rack on it? Oh, yeah, because I only remember it because he had one of them 30-foot ladders on it. And I was like, dude, you got to tie the front down and put an orange strip on the back, because if not, nobody can know how far back that ladder goes. That's regulations when you drive. Do you know if it was a Toyota? No, I think it was Toyota. I think it was more like a Dodge or a Ford. You drive. Do you know if it was a Toyota? No, I think a Toyota. I think it was more like a Dodge or a Ford. Okay.
Was it a full size?
I've never seen a Toyota pickup that small. You understand what I mean? And I've seen a lot of trucks. Well, this one was an old one. Was this one an old one?
Like a 98 to 2000 model?
Yeah.
breaking up. Did he ever have any coworkers ride with him?
Yeah. One of the guys was, he was a Spanish guy, or a Mexican guy. I had to translate one time when they were talking about going to the hardware store to get something for compound or something like that. And God fully understand what he was saying, so he called me and I had to translate. But that wasn't like a common thing either. That was definitely a rare thing to see a coworker up there with him, you know? Okay.
Okay. Was there, did you ever see a gentleman by the name of Dudley? That...
No. How do you know how does he look? Because I didn't remember everyone's name.
I don't think Dudley worked with Don when Jose was there.
Okay, okay.
Oh, yeah, he might be after I had left. Yeah.
Right, okay. But nobody that you know drove a yellow Nissan Xterra?
No, not anybody I knew. No.
Then that is after you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that Mexican guy that...
Yeah,
Time they ever called, TBI's been in my house, and I knew the first 20 seconds I talked to him, he already lost interest.
Yeah. Why do you think they came to your house?
Well, because for one, it's their job. They have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, Don Wells said that I was the main suspect. I mean, I had the state police at my dad's house at 1:30 in the morning in Church Hill. The next day he fired me on a Monday, and Tuesday morning at 1:30 I got a missed call from my dad. He's called multiple times. Something's wrong. So I called at 7 and, are you in some kind of trouble, son? They didn't even tell him what they were there for. They just was looking for me. Don Wells knew where I lived. Okay, Weber City, Virginia, and Churchill, Tennessee is two totally different places.
How does it make you feel that he's, we know that he's put your name through the mud. He's called you a drug addict, all these things. How does that make you feel?
I mean, when I first heard it, it made me upset and angry. Because for one, I never done anything with him, but smoke weed.
Right.
So,
which I don't think is a crime. Is that a crime in Tennessee?
Virginia's legal.
Okay.
So it's legal in Virginia. That's where we're living.
Okay.
But how do I feel about it?
I mean, because he said basically that you're a meth addict.
You see, the problem is Don Wells and Candus Wells knows what happened to SummerWells. So I was in the way when Richard Tucker and all of them was there. But he didn't say I was there. See, he's saying that was on Tuesday. That's what I heard, but that was on Monday. That's the day I got fired. They were all there.
Did Don fire you or Richard Tucker fire you?
Don fired me.
Why? Because he's like your at the time supervisor?
Well, we were partners, 50-50. Okay? That's what we were. Jesse put me with him, and because I was working too many hours on the job, and he wanted me to go sub because I'd make more money working with Don. He needed some help. Don was doing like maybe one house a month, okay? And he put me with him, so therefore we jumped up to almost 2 houses a month. We was doing a whole house, and then...
They fought a lot?
Yeah, they fought a lot.
Did you ever see them abuse Summer?
I seen them, not Summer, no. I mean, it depends on what you consider abuse. You're telling Summer go beat up Dudley and walk on the walkboard that's sitting on stairs 10 feet off the ground. She's 5 years old. The walkboard's the same walkboard they had in the picture of her coming from her house down to the ground. That was her steps. So
a walkboard's aluminum and they had holes, you know, it's not something a 5-year-old should walk that walkboard. And I'd be like, Don, what if she falls? This trucker's job be going down in trouble. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have the kids there.
So when you said that,
I just thought it was odd because I've never seen it. I worked with him for 2 months. So somebody said 2 weeks. No, I worked with him for 2 months. For 2 weeks prior to this happening, I was begging Jesse and him to give me my own house and move me away from Don. The dude's crazy. There's something wrong with him. He's deliberately starting trouble. And, you know, they didn't listen to him. Instead, they set me up for the kill. Listen to him. Instead, they set me up for the kill. They didn't listen to him. Instead, they set me up for the kill. Richard, see, I didn't understand that, not Richard. Jesse would direct deposited the money in his account because it was his job. So he would pay me my portion out of it, you know, which was 50-50. So I never actually got to see what the deposit was, but he told me what I'd make off of every job. And he would pay me my cash.
Did he ever stiff you?
Yeah, he stiffed me. He stiffed me the last time I was supposed to get $2,100. He paid me $300. Okay, left me with $1,800, and then fires me. Well, he fired me before, but you know, he went a couple days, and I kept calling Jesse. I was like, "Did Don get paid yet?" I said, "I ain't getting paid." He said, "He hasn't paid you. I already deposited the money in his account." I said, "All right." Well, I called him back. I said, "He didn't give me shit." He said, "He didn't give you nothing." I wasn't going to tell me he gave me $300. That ain't shit compared to 21. You know? No, he didn't give me shit. He said he paid you $400. Well, he didn't pay me $400. He only paid me $300. And I had a neighbor that recorded it while I was getting it, and I was asking, "Have you heard anything about Summer?" And he just wigged out on me. Like I should have never asked that question. Why not? I'm worried about your daughter. You know, just kind of weird. I said, "When are you going to grow up?" I said, "Now you get to clean that shit." He turns around after I finish pulling the butt, takes a picture of it, sends it to Jesse and says, "Look what Dudley did. He's fighting with me. You know, just setting me up for a kill." And Jesse just setting me up for a kill. And Jesse just setting me up for a kill. And Jesse didn't call me. He's just letting Don deal with it.
So, remind me who Jesse is again?
Tucker.
Oh, Jesse Tucker. Okay.
Yeah, Jesse's Richard's son.
Richard's son.
He's the one that's letting the business go to shit. He'd rather have child pedophiles working for him in these neighborhoods.
Who would that be?
In meth head, Don Wells. If I would have known I was working with a child pedophilist, I don't believe he would have made it.
When you call Don Wells a pedophile, why? Why is he?
Well, he molested his sisters. Okay, I was told that he was molesting Summer, and possibly Candus got pissed off and killed her because she was jealous. So, you know, there's stories, you know, that really throw red flags up at me.
We've heard.
No, that is a total lie. You can literally see through the window, through the doors. You can see. And we're not talking, oh, absolutely. And we're not talking like you have to go up close to look. No. You could be like a quarter down that driveway, and you could see through that back door.
Well, now it's got like some type of hint on it or something.
Then that's what they put, because that was never there. That was literally a see-through window. Like literally a see-through window. And you know what else I also remembered? Why I knew it was a see-through window? Because Dawn used to put one of the kids' blankets to cover that door when they had their little sexual adventures, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know they had like a bunch of threesomes and stuff, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Quite a few.
Of threesomes?
Yeah.
With who? Do you remember any of them?
Women, not men. And to be honest, I didn't want to know who they were because they didn't look normal, if you know what I mean. And one of them was, I remember black curly hair. She actually looked like she was strung out.
Crystal.
Black circles under her eyes. Yeah, I think that was her name. I'm not sure. What else do I remember about her? I think she had a tattoo or two on her, but she looked very skinny, strung out, like she don't eat at all. Like she, you know, I remember one time he disappeared for 2 weeks.
He went to Mexico?
And he didn't come, and when he came back, oh my God, he spent the money for the taxes for the house. He never paid the car insurance. The light bill was backed up. Oh, it was a mess.
Do you think it's possible that someone, maybe Don owed money to? Could he?
If you messing with Mexican people,
right?
And I've dealt with those kind of people. And if you're sniffing coke, knowing how they are, they will kidnap your kid.
Yeah.
Especially if you owe a good amount of money.
Right. I think it was $20,000 or something.
Oh, believe it. Believe it. If the Mexicans are involved in that and he owes that kind of money, believe me, they'll get to you through your children. They will kidnap your children until you pay your money back. And if not that, they'll keep your child and turn your child into a prostitute.
Oh, no.
It's sad to say it, but that's what they do.
Did you ever see who he was getting the drugs from?
No, absolutely not. And he was smart not to, because that I would have called the cops immediately. I don't play with things. No. I do not play with things like that. It was one thing that I bared with the alcohol, but if I would have personally seen something like that happening, believe I would have called CPS. I would have had the children taken away. I would have had him put in jail. Candus would have been in mental health somewhere. Oh, I would have blew the whistle so fast.
Now you said Don would disappear for, you said 2 weeks at a time.
Oh, yes.
Where did he go?
I think he was doing more than just cocaine. I think it was meth. He was doing crack, something else. Or he would disappear and go to a drug house that was not too far from where they lived at. He would be in a house with a whole bunch of other drug addicts, just sniffing, smoking. He's having unprotected sex. I mean, it was crazy. And Candus found him once that way, and she brought him back, and he was just strung out.
There is a recording of Don talking to his sister, saying, I know, like something to the effect of, I know where she is. She's in a drug house, so they're using her and stuff like that.
Oh, my God. That's bad.
Oh, my God.
And if it is in a drug house, it got to be that one where he used to go to that's on the town next to where he was. It has to be there. Because that's where Candus found him. The majority of the people knew where he was. Or the one time Candus found him, she was arguing with him. This isn't the first fucking time I found you here. Like she went off on him. Like, when are you going to stop or learn? It was bad.
You said the next town, like Greenville?
It wasn't too far. It was like maybe 5-10 miles.
Kingsport?
I believe that's what it was.
Okay.
Where Allie lives at.
Yes, that's Kingsport.
Because where they lived at, it was like borderline to another town. And they literally lived in the sticks, and it was like the border between two towns where they lived at.
Now, Abby lives in front of a chemical plant, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And the chances were where one pedophile is, multiple fucking are, but then there's still no proof Dawn really is. And then his sisters come out after Summer's missing, and we know. You know why I was sitting on the bank all the nights, Keys? You want to know? Wasn't just because of the fucking one monster we thought, because I still thought, man, two things can exist at once. A stranger come in here and took that fucking baby girl. But also a stranger come in here and took that fucking baby girl. But also a stranger come in here and took that fucking baby girl. But also a stranger come in here and took that fucking baby girl. But also not just that. But here's Don living beside of us and is a fucking predator because I never discounted his fucking sisters. So I had to live beside that shit every day, wondering if some motherfucker trapped inside Ben Hill without any real way to get to his usual crack habit down in Knox for his runoffs and all his other things. Well, certain types of monsters that can't get one fix will try to get another. Well, guess whose little girl's the only one left in there? Mine. So, to me, he wasn't getting anywhere near mine. If it was a last hurrah, if he ended up killing himself so he didn't get fucking arrested, whatever else. But, you know, there's part of why I sat on that bank too, why I walked him, why I sat outside my fucking cabin, why I didn't get sleep, and all them predators just, they did fine, whatever. That's why you continually hear me mention Don's little footsteps, the gravel at night, and why I was so worried about him, why I cataloged him. But I'll tell you, that monster believes your clients there are absolute monsters. However, it didn't keep him from commingling over there. And, you know, but I bet he didn't give you the real reason he was over there, did he? Bet you don't have real proof of that like I do you, Keys? No. Because you were lied to about when the last times he was there was, and why. So there you go. And things to be used if, you know, and they've all, obviously, we've all been interviewed a bazillion times since day one, minute one, you know. So, either way, by every agency you could ever name on earth. Trust me. Now, and I believe what my oldest, had told, was that, you know, he just seen red and assumed, so he went with, oh, it's the neighbors. And I took that, well, okay, but I didn't think much about it, right, you know. Anyway.
Her son saw the red flash go up the driveway.
There was, we go back inside at some point, and one of the points from looking at and being outside, for all these different moments. And the reason I know the time is because I was messaging back and forth with Voldemort, and around 4:52, I believe. I have to look back at the messages, and lately I've not looked at those messages just because of other things going on with, like I said, our situation, and it's just. But I believe the time Voldemort had messaged to ask what I was doing or something, and it was at like 4:52. So somewhere around 4:42, I think has been my estimation since the get. And it could have been as early as 4:30, but it was somewhere in between 4:30 and 4:42 for sure, because I know we were out on the bank for a little bit trying to figure out what this was. So somewhere between 4:30 and 4:42, the children and I were sitting there being pretty loud, laughing, carrying on. I mean, and when I say loud, we're pretty loud. However, the cabin was quiet, TV running, no air, no fans. And this scream happens. This noise I originally tried to dismiss as, but it was so different and so wrong.
If you notice, she says that they had been back and forth outside, that they had went down the hill a few times before she heard the scream, but that they had returned back to her cabin just before hearing the scream, right? Did you catch that? If you did not catch that, then please stop right now and rewind back about a minute and listen again. Because here's my question about that. Okay? So, what she's telling us here, without saying it, is that all of the back and forth that they did, all three, her and her two kids, they were outside, they were running property lines, and they were down the road, and they were back and forth. But she didn't see any traffic. And if she did, she didn't mention it. She's never mentioned it throughout the past year. So she didn't see anything out of the ordinary is what I'm getting at. So if there was a stranger abductor there waiting, then I guess that person would have to had been hiding, watching JodiSue and both of her kids at the same time that he or she was also watching Candus, Grandis, Summer, and the boys, right? And he would also, or she, need to be watching the road to make sure that nobody else was coming up and down the road. Do you understand what I'm saying here? See, JodiSue puts herself down there at that road. Not once, but 2 or 3 times. Her own words, right? So that means that if somebody was sitting there waiting to kidnap Summer, they had to get around 3 more people. Not just Candus and them. So, I just wanted to bring that up. It's just something to think about. And also, JodiSue never told Andy that she heard a scream. She never told him that they were down there looking to see what caused the scream. I've got the text messages, and I may put them in here so you can see. But most of you have probably, you probably seen them. But she, why didn't she tell Andy that when he said, "What are you doing?" Wouldn't that be the first thing she would say? Okay, let's get back over here to JodiSue for another minute.
That it immediately hits me in the gut as not right. And it shuts all 3 of us down cold mid-sentence. It was that strange. And, as someone who's grown up in the woods and with critters of all kinds, like, if you want to meet an Ellie Mae, I'm it. This wasn't, but I tried. It was so strange that I immediately tried to dismiss it as something else, including a dog, even though I knew better, and what I thought was, okay, well, we heard the truck, or a car door, right? The one. And even though by this point, and what I thought was, okay, well, we heard the truck, or a car door, right? The one. And even though by this point, and what I thought was, okay, well, we heard the truck, or a car door, right? The one. And even though by this point, and what I thought was, okay, well, we heard the truck, or a car door, right? The one. And even though, and I knew it didn't make sense because there'd be no reason there'd be a straggler in there that long. For the wood cutters, right? Whatever you want to call them. And I knew it didn't make sense because there'd be no reason there'd be a straggler in there that long. For the wood cutters, right? Whatever you want to call them. And I knew it didn't make sense because there'd be no reason there'd be a straggler in there that long. For the wood cutters, right? Whatever you want to call them.
And there's the road down there.
Yeah, that's the road.
Aloha.
That's my mom's house.
Okay.
Like literally, it's
And this right here.
You couldn't see the road because they have went through here and mowed and took down a bunch of stuff away from the power lines.
Okay.
But usually it's full up. You can't even see the road.
That day, though, how was it? Was it full up, or was it like this?
That day and a few days prior to that, they were working on this.
Okay.
So I've even come to a conclusion maybe one of them people have snatched it.
Oh, interesting. Here we go.
Because they have went through here and mowed and took down a bunch of stuff away from the power lines.
Okay.
But usually it's full up. You can't even see the road.
That day, though, how was it? Was it full up, or was it like this?
That day and a few days prior to that, they were working on this.
Okay.
So I've even come to a conclusion maybe one of them people have snatched it.
Oh, interesting.
Because they were all the way up here.
Yeah, I see those, the path down there. I see the tracks.
Hold up right
down
there, Chris.
Over there.
And they were all the way up here to my light pole.
Okay. And you told TBI all this, right?
I told TBI this, yes.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, I can see the cars going by. That is not far from your property.
Mm-mm.
Is there a holler down there? I mean, is there a river of some sort?
The creek runs all the way around my property.
And how deep is the creek? Okay, just so it's like an inch, inch or two. Okay.
You'd be lucky to get wet enough to do anything.
She's leaning.
My mom's truck parks here.
Okay, your mom's truck's right here.
Yes.
Okay, so when she's leaning against the milk. Is she sleeping?
She was sleeping, yes.
Okay. From exhaustion from that day?
Yes, she was. Where I woke her up early, and she usually sleeps until 9, 10, even 12 o'clock if I let her.
Okay.
But I was like, well, and my kids are immediately like, well, that's the kids. And I'm like, it's not the kids. Because first thing in my mind, when kids is mentioned in that context, is the boys, right? Candus's context is the boys, right? Candus's context is the boys, right? Candus's. I've known them since they were littles, and I've heard every noise you can imagine out of those three. I hear them play every day. Oh. And I'm like, Candus, I'm sorry, but they kind of, during radiation when I was barfing, they drove me a little crazy. That's all I'm saying. No. But anyway, I've heard every noise you can imagine out of those three. And they go down further than Summer, and they do ride their dirt bikes back and forth and things like that. And they go in places that Summer really doesn't. But this wasn't their noises. But that's what hit me, right? That's not the boys, and that's what I said. And it never really occurred to me, Summer. And the reason is because Summer doesn't play down far enough to really hear. You hear sometimes when she's high on the bank, or, one of the boys are picking, or she's picking, or she's mad, but not a whole lot do you hear Summer. Not like the boys. Oh dear. And it never really occurred to me, Summer. And the reason is because Summer doesn't play down far enough to really hear. You hear sometimes when she's high on the bank, or, one of the boys are picking, or she's picking, or she's mad, but not a whole lot do you hear Summer. Not like the boys. Oh dear. You'll hear her faintly, you'll hear whatever, but she stays a little closer to the house and things. And contrary to popular belief, I've never once seen Summer in the road. Those kids, no. She's also not the type to just... But my daughter jumps up and goes to the door of the cabin because she's closest. And what she hears... Sorry, I'm making sure her headphones are on. Like I said. I'm going through enough as is. And this has been... anyway, not... you know. Anyway. Whew. So, she gets to the cabin door first. And this was a pretty quick series of events. It was a, you know, what is that? That's the kids. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. And she gets to the door first, and she goes, I can still hear it. It's one of the kids. And she was like, it's going, you know, it's muffled. Those were her exact words. That day, she was like, I can still hear it. I couldn't hear it at that point any longer. But like I said, she was the first one to the door, had her head out. And she says that she can hear it. It's still muffled. It was leaving the road. No, it kind of. Yes, it is. And she gets to the door first, and she goes, I can still hear it. It's one of the kids. And she was like, it's going, you know, it's muffled. Those were her exact words. That day, she was like, I can still hear it. I couldn't hear it at that point any longer. But like I said, she was the first one to the door, had her head out. And she says that she can hear it. It's still muffled. It was leaving the road, kind of. But that she could still hear it. So, you know, for a little while, it's just so weird, right? So, and I believe she also said she could hear a car too. I could not, but I was further back. You know, like I said, she was first door, he was second. But then, we go out, onto the banks again, you know, and we're listening, we're looking. We don't hear or see anything, really. We eventually go back in. Then, yeah, I get ready. I start getting ready not too long after that, because normal time for Voldemort to get off of work. But then Voldemort texts and says he's going to be running behind, that he's working over, running quite a bit behind. But at one point near 6, and I believe on the phone at 6:09, I'm going around the top curve roadway to start the descent down. By this point, I'm starting the top and then the descent down our driveway. And before I lose Wi-Fi signal, I message Voldemort and tell him I'm heading down early so I can mess around with the flowers. And I'll just, you know, mess around with those till he gets there. Even though I knew at that point it'd be like almost half an hour. And so, at that point, I'm hearing Candus calling for Summer. Before I'm all the way down, I know that there's been more than 3 calls. After 3 calls, my gut said no. Because I'd never known of Summer really, you know, like, and as a mother, you know, right? Usually at 3rd call, and the sternest tone brings them in, right? So, by that 3rd or so call, I knew, and my mind went click, click, click with the sound I heard. I personally just assumed those things went together almost immediately.
JodiSue Brown is the neighbor of SummerWells. She does live on Ben Hill Road. For those of you who do not know, her driveway ends very close to Summer's driveway. So JodiSue, her boyfriend Andy Bernard, and her 2 teenage children were the direct neighbors to Summer, and JodiSue, along with both of her children, claimed to have heard a scream around the time that Summer went missing or within a couple hours of. And they also tell the news, and I guess they told law enforcement, that they saw a flash of red go up the driveway. So in this clip of JodiSue, which was made very early in the case, she said that her son is the one who told that he saw that red flash go up the driveway. But later on in the case, which has been recently, JodiSue has said that she's the one that saw that red flash. So we do have a contradiction there in JodiSue's on statements. And
what do you feel?
I mean, we all know statistics. In one way, I hope like hell she's not chained in somebody's damn basement somewhere.
Where else have we heard those two statements?
But for me, I still think stranger abduction is possible. But I'm not saying that's what it was. I wish every day I could delete that scream somehow. I mean, it will make my other theories a hell of a lot more easy to put together and be like, aha. I think her being taken out of there because of CPS showing up the next day is also a possibility. I think somebody getting super lucky falling in back from Warriors, which has been notorious for pedophiles the past 2 years.
But I'll tell you, for like the first time in my life, I have the worst case of poison ivy or sumac or oak. Like, I never get that shit, and I just don't know if it's that I have no medicines in my system and obviously no gland regulating the rest of my body. What's going on? But I've gotten it for the first time in my life, and y'all, it is horrifyingly bad, and I even had to go get Ivarest. And that works, but Jesus, I'm like, is this what normal people deal with? Like, because I could always roll in this shit, and it never bothered me, and now, oh Lord, so I don't know. There's that.
So she posted that video on June the 16th, the day after Summer had went missing, and she
like potentially to touch children or something.
Oh my God! Are you talking about the meth heads that live down the hill?
Who?
There was this family that lived. Okay, so where they live at, So if you actually been to where they live at, okay. So now let me explain. Was the yellow bus still up there when you went there? Yes. Okay. So now
I haven't been up there. I've been down to the driveway. So
so when you go up that driveway, they have like a little roundabout around the house, and then there's a yellow bus that Candus had all her things in it, antique stuff. So as you follow that bus, there was a shed. That was where the snake was seen most of the time, that we were telling the animal control people. And as you follow that path and go around the roundabout, there's another house on that property that could actually have been transformed, and rented out. Well, if you follow that house, there's a little path on the left side of it, and you walk down that hill and follow this trail. There's another property of some people that live there, but they're meth heads. They were always smoking drugs, and I only know this because Summer, we were looking for her one day, and we couldn't find her. And me and Josie, that's the oldest boy, we wind up following that path, and we found Summer literally almost on their property, and they were there, calling on her, asking her what she's doing there alone, where her mother was, and then me and Josie wind up showing up, and we wind up grabbing her, and Josie was telling her, what you doing down here? We're looking for you. Mom doesn't want you down here. We had to bring her back up the hill.
Do you know?
those people were very sketchy. And I told Candus, you got to be careful, because those type of people that are on drugs all the time, when they don't get their little hit or whatever, they're capable of anything.
Do you remember their names?
No, I do not. No.
If I told you a few names, do you think you would remember? Like Fred?
I think one was Joshua, I think it was. And that was the guy's name. The woman, I really didn't know. But I think his name was Joshua, the guy that lived there.
Okay. Did you ever meet another Don or Donald?
Mm-hmm. Yes, actually I have. That's the guy that lived on the main road, but maybe like a mile down, because one time the boys were riding their four-wheelers, and Don went looking for them, and I was with him, and that's where the boys were, and Donald's property.
Donald Sherfay or Sherfay, however you say it?
We have still do not know who Joshua is or what he's even talking about there, to be honest with you. I thought Josie was in Utah with Don. He was up until the last maybe 3 or 4 days before Jose left. But Joshua, or where he's talking about, if anyone knows, please tell us.
Is that right?
Yes, I think it's Sherpay or something, like an ice cream.
38 minutes. Let me fix this.
Hey Jose, how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Good. I'm glad you're okay. Don liked to control things, didn't he?
Huh?
Don liked to control things?
Oh yeah, way too much. Way. No, not that I recall.
Right.
I'm not really sure.
Well, his son was busted for child porn.
Oh my God.
And
wow.
It was, how soon was it?
It was like in April of last year, 2021.
He was arrested in June, wasn't he?
Oh, you got me.
I know he was arrested like in May or June.
For child porn?
Yes.
And not having it, or uploading it, which means he was getting it from somewhere.
Yeah, he was getting it from somewhere and sending it up online. Oh my God.
This creek up and down it.
Yeah, I mean, what is this creek called? The Beach Creek?
No, this is Walker's Ford.
Walker's Ford. But they all connect, right?
Well,
No?
The one. What you're saying, she's not been seen since she is at this point?
Right there is, see that yellow sign right there?
Yeah.
So there's a video out there of a milk, her laying on milk jugs in the back of their truck. And they accidentally make a video for like 10 seconds. But you can see if they're driving and they make this curve right here. And you can see that house in the background right there, and you can see that sign on their video. From that point on, no one knows what happened to Summer.
That's what I'm saying. I would check this creek right here. You never know about, they could have went behind that church and thrown her in that creek.
Yeah, so the church is around the corner. What's the name of that church?
Walker's Ford.
Walker's Ford, yeah.
The creek goes right around that church right there. You can see it. You can get out there.
Has authorities, you live right there?
No, I live in the house right back here.
Oh, okay. So has authorities ever came to you guys?
No.
Nobody.
I mean, if this was the last place if she was seen, I'd start at that creek right there myself too. I mean, you know.
Have you seen like anyone around here searching at all at any point or anything like that?
I'm retired. I'm usually home about all the time.
Yeah.
But for them I don't understand it either. I'm like everybody else. They think it crazy ass bunch has done something with them, But at the same time, if they've done something with her, they had to do something with the body. The
Exactly.
creek would be the first thing I would be looking in on the creek banks, but we've had big rain.
Yeah, and it's been a year.
You know, you asked me about, but you know, there's a lot of low lives down there in the
Oh, is there?
that way for you on down. There's a lot of them. I mean, strung out and stuff, but they're not that way to
But I got
Yeah, they wouldn't. No one. No,
you
guys have
sheriff of
draws.
this county would participate in about anything you done to him.
Yeah, and you guys haven't seen them do anything. And this is the route. I mean, their home is like literally 10 miles that way.
6 miles.
6 miles, so you know.
From that my house there to Bean Hill Road, 6 miles.
Yeah, but if you do,
Does she appear to be alive in the video? I mean, just laying on the milk jug?
honestly, no. She's asleep. People are speculating she could have died somewhere that way in Kingsport.
They may have already killed her, and they if you ask me, they're crazier than hell anyway.
Yeah. Oh, you know them?
Well, no, but I mean,
You've
not
heard 'em.
personally, but
I've
hell.
met them.
Oh, you met who?
I know them.
We know about everybody around here.
See,
but
like say, up in that, if you go past where they're up their driveway,
Yeah.
go on up, and there's a big old barn up there on the right.
Yeah.
And some people out of Merlin, Richard, his name's Richard.
I don't
He's
know.
got the house up behind the big barn.
I know there's a junkyard back there.
Two driveways up.
Okay.
But that's where I was raised at.
Oh,
And
really?
I've got land on the other side of the road.
Okay.
On the left.
Oh, on the Beach Creek on the
Ben Hill
by
Road.
on Ben Hill Road. Okay.
I own, right up above.
Okay.
See, and I used to go down and place and hunt and go down and fence, do this and that. And then
for the kids
I'd
that
meet,
run off by
I'd meet
themselves
him.
is nonsense because the terrain's too rough for them to go anywhere.
Have you met Don?
Yeah, I bet Don. See, I'd stop and talk to him at times. You
Yeah.
know, to see him down there putting up a gate.
Yeah.
And this and that.
Yeah. Have you met Candus?
Yeah, I've seen her around, but I've never really talked to her.
What's your take on them?
They look inbred.
Look inbreds.
They look like brother and sister.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, because this is Lone Star and Merle. And that video, again, it turns.
But
I'm talking to a press man.
They could have done anything. Like I said, if she looked like she was asleep in the back of that truck, I'd be searching in the creek. Because that's the only place they could throw her out and nobody could see her, you know what I mean?
TBI's done searches in the wintertime, but when...
But, you know, like Terry was saying, it is so rough and growed up down in there that no kid is
That kid ain't going to wander off in that
Yeah.
part of the country.
I mean, I grew up in that holler there, and it's rough. And I rode horses. That's what we rode horses in there all the time.
People wonder why you just turn your kids loose out in the country and places like that around here. Well, hell, it's too damn steep for them to go anywhere.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like turning them loose.
A child wouldn't go... Plus, what about this kidnapping theory? You know, they try to say... Now, I just went to the house, right? I went outside the house. I was on Ben Hill. I mean, how is a kidnapper even going to know a house is up there? Because you can't even see.
Yeah.
Well, and why are you going to go into a house like that to kidnap when you don't know? You know, I mean,
It doesn't make sense.
No, that part's all.
Wasn't the little girl supposed to start school?
That's what the mother claims. She told the media that she was enrolling her daughter into school.
Look here. My theory, this is just my damn theory about it. I believe the sick son of bitches were sexually assaulting her, and they were afraid she'd go to school and end up telling them. And they've done something to the little girl. That's much my theory. That comes from that kind of sick.
Interesting because the schools, you know, you see your counselor there and you see the medical staff.
When kids start school, they babble. I mean, hell, I've got grandkids. They talk. You wouldn't believe some of the shit mine tells me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just a theory in my head. Sometimes that works out pretty good in a lot of people. But,
Yeah, there's a lot of discrepancies whether Don Wells, because he works for a drywall company, whether he was in Jonesboro that day, really, when he was, you know, working, or was he, you know, at the house? So people are wondering there.
But that's my theory behind it, that they were sexually assaulting them.
You know everybody. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. It's this area is beautiful, and I'm sorry it's getting a negative light, you know, on what happened and everything like that.
What's happening, man?
You know, just I hope. I hope she's found, you know, like.
I mean, it's a shame.
I've got about 4 I'm going to try to bring to keep feathers
like
on.
say, the people down there, there's not been anybody down in there forever.
I thought, they had.
I mean, they some low lives. But yeah, they're pretty good.
You know anything about the Bernards?
They'd kill a man over it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I've run with them. I've rode horses. I grew up with them. But there's no cornbread mafia.
There's no cornbread mafia.
No, there's none of that shit.
Yeah.
There's none of that. Hey, there's no kind of mafia down here on this creek. No war, nothing.
So you never heard of the cornbread mafia around here?
No, not that this come up. And man, I mean, we've got fighters.
Yeah.
And we're around everywhere in the country, you know, in the chicken business and stuff, people. And you know what I mean? They ain't no mafia. You know, if it was, they'd take over everything like that.
Yeah, and a mafia's not going to do stuff to kids.
There's no, they just ain't no.
So do you know the Bernards?
Which
George and Polly, the Bernards.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of people online think JodiSue that was living there and the Bernards are involved.
No.
And I even
JodiSue. That's one of your local roads. I don't. But yeah, they're good people. George lives out here.
Yeah,
is a fine retard from me, swim real good. Polly's old, you know, and stuff. And the girl she's got kids of her own, and I know it. And Andy, the boy, I've known him since he's been a little old boy, pretty good boy. A little while, but you know what I mean. He ain't nothing. I mean, he won't. Lord, they wouldn't.
Yeah, because JodiSue came out and said she heard a scream that day, and
Andy told me that.
Oh, Andy told you that? Yeah. Did he really hear a scream, or she did?
Said she did, or something, you know, and that did.
Yeah.
He told me that the other day.
Oh, so that he's still talking about it? Like people are still.
He stopped down here and you know, I trade on some vehicles and stuff, you know. He was hunting a camper, you know, on the road, and I've got a small one down here, but he was hunting a bigger camper.
Yeah.
And we was sitting in there talking, and he was talking about it.
I bet you they're just like hoping that she's found.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, they've got kids, and like I say, both of them are good people.
Yeah.
She was raised good.
I did a report, and I've emphasized that I don't think that JodiSue or any of them are involved. It seems like Polly, the mother, is friends with Sheriff Lawson. Why would they be involved? Even though they live, you know, even though they live across the street, across the other side, you know, people are like, "Oh, neighbors. What about neighbors? What about the neighbors?" And then there were the other names that were thrown out, like Fred Hill.
That's a different story.
It's a different story.
Sam, we better go.
He's the worst little piece of shit.
Oh, is he? Fred Hill?
That's him.
All right, God bless you. What's your name again?
I'm not down.
All right, God bless you. I'm gonna just do a quick video right here and then I'm out. God bless you.
People around here, when it comes to babies, dude,
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, on everything I stand for, if I know a child molester or somebody, fucking, look.
Stuff the kids, bro.
Everybody down here don't want that no problem with no nothing, dude. That is, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. That, they know. There's somebody Dawn, Candus, and one know what happened. I know those school dudes, if they didn't have long to live, they'd burn their house down. If my baby was missing, dog, I wouldn't have a home left. I'd be walking around with shotguns.
Every day looking.
Look, I would be freaking up, bro. I wouldn't stop crying. I cry more than probably Dawn. I've seen him cry on shit. Which I know camera can make people look like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know TV, internet, but I'm just saying this. I tried to, they brought divers, and I said, yeah, hey, we got a pond back here, I still look for it. Every time I'm out here, dude, I look for any kind.
So what are you looking for, like clothing?
Anything, yes. I found a blanket like right here, and I showed them the investigators, I left it there. So, dude, me and my girlfriend, we ginseng hunt last year.
Go, Lucy!
And I had a little spot on the path. My cousin rides dirt bike, and him and his buddy and me are the only ones that come back here. You see what I'm saying? And there's another guy that patrols this. But look at all this. Tell me anything. Yes, I found a blanket like right here, and I showed them the investigators. I left it there.
Clothing?
So anything. Yes, I found a blanket like right here, and I showed them the investigators. I left it there. So, dude, me and my girlfriend, we ginseng hunt last year.
Go, Lucy!
And I had a little spot on the path. My cousin rides dirt bike, and him and his buddy and me are the only ones that come back here. You see what I'm saying? And there's another guy that patrols this. But look at all this. Tell me
clothing?
Anything. Yes, I found a blanket like right here, and I showed them the investigators. I left it there. So, dude, me and my girlfriend, we ginseng hunt last year.
Go, Lucy!
And I had a little spot on the path. My cousin rides dirt bike, and him and his buddy and me are the only ones that come back here. You see what I'm saying? And there's another guy that patrols this. But look at all this. Tell me. So, dude, me and my girlfriend, we ginseng hunt last year.
Go, Lucy!
And I had a little spot on the path. My cousin rides dirt bike, and him and his buddy and me are the only ones that come back here. You see what I'm saying? And there's another guy that patrols this. But look at all this. Tell me you couldn't hide something.
Yeah,
Somebody, especially the size of this dog.
Exactly.
And I haven't seen not one person do it. This year I'm gonna be on this side. I'll be looking everywhere.
So you haven't seen one authorities or nobody?
No, I seen them walk down this path, and they ran into me, and we about had an incident.
Why? Because you just didn't know who they were?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I said, hey, you're trespassing on private property. And then they're like, oh, the one in front stuttered and was like, oh, yeah. Called 3 or 4 more, and then they told me that it was a cop. And I tried to do like what we're doing. I said, hey, I know where that holler is. I'll show you. And the one cop didn't want me to go with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. And I understand that people don't want, you know what I mean? But look. Man.
It's a child.
Dude, all my life. Dude, I got 4 kids. I'm telling you right now, anybody that women of children, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, I really appreciate this. Seriously, like, you know, and people are going to appreciate a neighbor like yourself having so much concern for a child.
Look,
you know.
Dude, I wish, but the thing is okay, down here people are a little different. You know what I'm saying? We're not all drug users or drug dealers. We're just not very, we take pride in having our privacy and having, you know what I mean?
It's a generational community too, right? Like,
right. And it's like this. They ain't no ever happens like this down here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now happens. And I know some old timers, dude. I know a couple old timers. I swear to God.
So no cornbread mafia or that crazy talk.
No, dude. Look, that's fucking bullshit. There's real motherfuckers, and then there's these fucking stupid motherfuckers. And we're just good old boys about working, fishing, having our land to our, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers over there, they ain't even from here anyways.
Yeah, they're from Arkansas and Utah.
Hey, ask around. They ain't been no Tennessee
Yeah, he only came here for his mom.
Missing. You know what I mean? I was born in Indiana, but all my family is from Tennessee and Kentucky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, I want to show you some here. This is where it crosses over. Sorry. I'll get a weed eater. I'll get a full wool. Dude, anything I can assist somebody that wants to look.
I want to find her.
Dude, look. I can get any resources right across here. David Bays is my father-in-law. He owns the property right next to Fred and him. You know what I mean? And them motherfuckers, they said they found bones there. There was a dog shot up there. Hold on, get somewhere here.
Thank you.
That was it. And they said they found bones, this and this. Well, what is that? I don't know. It looks like it. But, well, right through here, like that's what I'm saying, dude. Right over here is Ben Hill Road. If you keep coming back through here, there's an old logging road back through here, bro.
Oh, there's there.
Yeah, like right here, there's a porta potty. Where's it at? They look in it, da da da. Ow, God bless it. Look, if I was going to do something, where is that porta potty at? Right there.
Oh, porta potty.
That's a structure right there. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Just no matter what, be careful. Watch your feet for snakes, dog.
Yeah.
I just shot one a few days ago. This is a porta potty. I hunted in it last year.
Why is a porta potty here?
Dude, her brother worked for a place, and there's 3 of them on this property. They gave them to him, and he took them.
Who's he?
Archie.
Archie.
Yeah. This is like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
what were they building back here, or they just put porta potties back here?
no, he got to take them home for free.
Oh,
so
okay.
he used them as hunting blinds, and like over at our pond over there, there's one over there, and that's for people, they camp and da 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 da. So I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you something.
Where are we going?
Look, I don't know where this goes exactly.
You want to go look? Can we? Are we allowed?
Look, well,
Yeah.
back here, bro.
Yeah.
If we get stopped or something, we just we was out looking for Summer. And
Yeah, and I'm the press too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about do you know any of the other do you know Fred Hill?
I know him. Yeah.
Is he? I mean, what's the deal with him? We're hearing a lot of rumors about him. Good or
I'm gonna
bad.
tell you the deal with him right now is this. Like I said, some people. But look, even like it's another Holly. There's certain people. There's normal people. There's law enforcement. You know what I mean? Some of these people are very. Hey, they might have a hot plan or make a little liquor or something, and so we ain't on the same teams. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it comes to this little girl, I don't give a fuck, dude. But I'm just saying this. Fred usually hears gossip about what's going on. I'm not going to say he's not right, but I'm saying a lot of things he's not right. You know what I mean?
His name is getting thrown out there. I'm sure he sees it.
But well, that's the
thing. But every neighbor's getting their names getting thrown out.
That's why people don't want to talk and it's like this. Over this little girl, on everything I stand for. My name is Brandon Clark. I will take and do anything, show you everything I know. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying?
You're awesome, Brandon, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon, you're awesome.
Because I got 4 kids. They're in Indiana. And
But
I hate motherfucking molesters, child. Fucking children, dude. Oh, they don't want to come around me.
so you just live with your mom?
Yeah, my stepmom. Yeah.
Stepmom. Yeah, she said she saw me on YouTube.
Yep.
I've been posting a lot about this case. Like I've interviewed. I talked to a neighbor yesterday. I don't know his name offhand. He owns property on Ben Hill, and he was just like, he's saying the same thing. Don and Candus are guilty.
Yep.
For sure. He's like, none of the neighbors. He was talking about JodiSue and the Bernards, that they're good people. The Bernards were.
I don't look. I don't know even none of them. I know David Bays. I got friends up and down the street too. None of us associate with them. None of us know them. I know Chad Arnold and Billy. The dude that when Dawn said that Bill was there to children or somebody children, that's all a lie. I know Bill. We call him Wild Bill. Dude, that's a lie. So the first thing I know is this. Don is lying about, he says, oh, there's somebody. Bill and Chad went up there, and because I rode my motorcycle by there and seen lights and they'd be drinking and partying. I never stopped there in my whole life. I've never been up on the hill. I know Chad and Bill has been there once or twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just it. Wild Bill, I've partied and drank with him. He's an old school beach creeker. He is not about no bullshit. He would never kids. He would never. You know what I mean? They're lying, bro, on everything. I guarantee you, Donnie. That's what I'm saying. Look at all this land, dude. What's to say he didn't run over? If he was running with her and put her on a brush pile, put her. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's the theory. That's one of the theories. A brush fire, like a brush fire back here somewhere, right? You wouldn't even know.
It's like this. And people don't even, not even a brush fire. You can just put her under a brush pile. There's a pond. Our pond back there has got some trees. You know what I mean? Who knows where the they, you know what I mean? But I don't think that is that athletic. You see what I'm saying?
So we are like right by Ben Hill Road?
Well, I don't know where this goes to. Ben Hill Road, I know is this way.
Yeah. So that's the holler right there.
I don't know where this goes, brother. I swear to God, I don't.
You want to go back towards Ben Hill?
Well, here.
Here, I'll follow you. Go
How about this? How about me and you get in your car and we'll go to Ben Hill? We'll go to David. I'll take you to Fred's. I'll take you everywhere you want.
Yeah, but would they want me like recording them?
Yes. Hey, it don't matter. Look, it don't matter what they want.
Yeah.
Look, dog. I'm gonna tell you, I'm one of the only straight up down here.
Where was that pond?
Look, I'll show you. That's what I was gonna show you. On the way out, damn. On the way out, I'm gonna show you. Well, our pond is this way. Their pond, I'll show you right where their pond is in that holler.
Yeah, show me where that is.
And then hey, there's a brush. Hey.
So it's definitely, you know, now if Don was going to come back at the back of the holler, how would he get there? Go in the back of Ben Hill?
He would come out to where that pond is over there. I feel it. Or where David Bay's property is, behind there. One time, look, okay, I can admit this because it's already over with. I was on bond, right?
Yeah.
I was in a little trouble. The bond agency showed up at David's house. I take off running, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They weren't even looking for me anyway. They were looking for Dave. And so I took off running. And I come out. I crossed 2 creeks. And I come out on this road right up here. See what I'm saying? Boy. I gotta get some pants on. Anyways, I'm just saying. Me and my dad tried to find from Fred to over here and David from over here, there to here, and I never found it. A lot of times I get turned around. There's hollers and hollers and hollers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only time I ever went from there to here. But across the street, I done looked it up. I did a thing called Randonautica. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was into that trying to get any clues and that. And it put me right behind our house. God dang it, boy. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Damn these.
Yeah, they're tough.
Sorry.
I got pricked a few times.
I got it saved. It's a mark on my map. It's right across the street. Behind the, and it's like this. Dude, them mother. Oh. I ain't gonna go say a whole lot to intimidate even myself, but them mother. I'm gonna convincing a little bit. They don't want to know. They want to like that dude come down there, that block of wood, and threaten people. Look. Yeah,
who's that?
What's that? Andy.
Andy?
Oh, yeah. There's a neighbor, whatever, come down there, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I wish I was there.
Wait, who Andy threatened?
He come out with a block of wood, because these women was just, like even my mom, she's from Indiana. I got her following this story and shit.
Yeah, so women were out there just trying.
Yeah.
And he came out with a block of wood and threatened them?
Yeah, he's with him with a piece of firewood and shit. So that's why I don't go there. I mean, I always have a gun on me anyways. I ain't no felon.
Yeah.
I have the right to bear arms, you know what I mean? I'm out here anyway.
Yeah.
If you don't got a gun, you're retarded.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So,
yeah.
And I usually have a I take it, hey, People like that ain't good people. They're hiding something, dude. I don't think they're.
You know, Don would be like, everybody search my property. I want everybody on,
Look,
like, tooth and nail.
Look, exactly, thank you. I would have been losing. You'd have to put me in a insane asylum, bro. You understand me?
Yeah. Every day you'd be out there looking,
Or I would just
person.
start, anybody I thought, I would kick the door in. Hey, you would have to lock me up, bro. And that's how all my family feels too. Something's wrong right there.
Are we going to the pond?
We will here when we get
Okay.
back down. Them talking about what she liked and this. When are you going to tell people, dude? If somebody does got her, you going to go saying stupid shit like that. I'd say, look, if we don't find her, then I know somebody's got her. And I'm going to tell you right now. Dude, you would have to lock me up in a straitjacket. Think about it. You got kids?
I don't.
Man.
But I've tried to find kids, and I see, parents that are so desperate to find their kids that get taken. They're out there, like you said, fighting every single day, crying and pleading and searching. And
even my mom, even me, like, you know what I mean? That want to cry.
so you've never seen Don Wells or Candus out here looking.
Look, I seen it. You know what? Don Wells, I heard him walk down here one day, retard, and he's lucky. I'm telling you this.
When was this?
6-7 months ago.
Yeah.
He's lucky certain people don't see him down here. That's why he don't come down here. Because we know what's up. You know what I mean? That people be looking for him too. That's almost it. He better just stay his ass in jail or away from all of us people.
A guy told me, an employee at Priceless, they shopped at Priceless in Kingsport,
Yep.
told me that Candus and her mother would go there and they'd get people just ask them, where's Summer, right to their face, like everybody wants to know.
Yep. Look.
So what is this creek?
This is the same creek that goes, it goes basically right on the same road that Summer's on Ben Hill Road.
Oh, wow.
And there's two of them that wraps around. Like it does, you know what I mean? But like even like these fields, when it was snow, you know what I mean? When they were, now it's getting green, it's hard to see. I've hiked these spots, you know what I mean? These people don't go in there. They don't go in. They don't want to get too dirty, bro. That's what I'm saying. If you want to really do some digging and look at it, and hey, you come get you some blue jeans and bring you a shotgun or a pistol.
I might do that with you if you really want to look for her.
Hey, I'm gonna be saying like this. Well, I'm gonna scout for ginseng. I can't dig it. We can't dig it right now.
Yeah.
We'll scout for ginseng. We'll look for it. You know what I mean?
What is ginseng? What is a scout ginseng?
Ginseng? You ginseng hunting?
Oh, ginseng. Okay.
Yeah. Like, it's a plant. You know what I mean? You've never seen ginseng before?
Yeah. I wasn't sure what you meant offhand.
But like right here even, we got a horse.
So where's that? What's that? What goes that way?
This goes to our pond.
Oh, that goes to your pond.
And there's a tree. I got in our pond, even looked under. Hey.
They looked?
They didn't, but I got in there and looked. Hey, best I could. There's a tree that's. You want to go back there?
Yeah.
I wish I had a 4-wheeler, dog.
You don't have a 4-wheeler?
No, I got motorcycle and my uncle's got a 4-wheeler, but here, I'll show you. If I get my motorcycle to the top of this hill, you sit on there and then you go right back there. Cause I'll show you back, dude. Hollers and hey, even more back there. If you want to see the first, where I think he would go to, would be this way.
All right, let's go check out. What were you burning?
I'm burning I'm cleaning up right here. All this fucking garbage. I had 3 fires going last night. You know?
Yeah, I live in Florida, but I'm from Pennsylvania, so I lived out in the mountains.
Yep.
Growing up. So this kind of reminds me.
Archie has grandkids. Glenda's got grandkids. You know what I mean? I got kids. Steven's got kids. My stepbrother. We're all just quiet to ourselves. He works. I ain't working right this second, but
This is like the biggest story ever in this area, isn't it?
yeah, it is. I'm telling you, bro. And they don't want to just leave it up to normal people to decide. You know what I'm saying? Around here.
Well, I'm sure at this point the sheriffs and authorities are like, maybe the neighbors will take it in their own hands.
Well, that's
you know, on these
that's all I'm
people.
gonna say about that.
Because I don't think, you know, Don and Candus is liked by anybody.
No.
I mean, there's some YouTubers that like feel, oh, they're innocent and kind of.
I don't.
Yeah.
Hey, people would just rather kill fuckers or hey, because they should be held responsible. Dude, you're still responsible of your children.
Yeah, exactly. That's your flesh and blood. That's your life. That's your generation. That's your
I
seed.
know old school dudes. If it was 20 years ago, they would. They would have done something would have done happen, just to make sure they got the right one. Even if hey, oh well, I know my so-called dude.
Well,
they
you know,
ain't no kids of
20 years ago, I went to prison, right?
Right.
For fraud, and I went to federal prison, and you know, molesters, child people, they would all have to either check in or just get beat up every day, or extorted, harassed. Inmates do not like child at all. They're like the worst. I mean, they do.
What they've done to the child. Hey, I'd kill them.
Yeah. I mean, they're at the bottom of the.
But I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? People around here, I know 2 or 3 old school that's been through back in the day. People, it was Wild West down here, dude.
Yeah, that's what I heard. What do you mean by that?
They don't. Hey, after dark, blacks don't come down. I'm not racist.
Yeah.
But hey, blacks don't come down here, and normal folk don't come down here either. You know what I mean? Like when it gets dark, back in the day, they did it. Nowadays, it's hey, let's see. Look, this is the problem. They didn't even know it's here, bro.
Authorities didn't even know it was here.
Nope. And I told them about it. They come here with a dive team, and I said, the only thing I know is it owns these people. And there's a holler in between this and this, right?
Yeah.
And this is, if we go up this, if we go,
let's go.
All right, yeah. If we go up here, it'll take us to Ben Hill, and we could walk to Ben Hill Road, bro.
So they did eventually come here with scuba people.
Yep, they did. I told them, I said, the only thing I know of is a deer carcass. I was coming here, I didn't know anybody even, you know what I mean? I threw a deer carcass in it, a piece of a deer carcass.
Yeah.
And they're like, we already know about that. I'm like, okay.
Oh, this is a big pond.
Oh, sorry if you got shoes.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just.
Look what I'm saying, see? So I'm gonna show you. Like, see, even these footprints, these ain't. There's somebody. These are all logging roads. And I'm gonna show you something.
They don't do logging back here anymore?
No.
No.
But look, for example, here, you want to climb up this real quick?
Yeah, let's go.
Ah, fuck. Cobweb there. Like
Come on, Lucy.
There's so many of these just right here. You see a mound up on the wood? It's usually where old trees come up, right?
Yeah.
I know spots that go 4 deep.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Lucy made it up.
This dude, look, you see like this. This is the side of the back side of our hill. We don't own this right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if anybody comes out and starts yelling at him, hey, sorry, we was on my property. We could end up. But I was ginseng hunting a while back. Went to the top of this and it's leveled off. It's like a trail up there. We can go up there too. Whatever you want. Right down here, look.
So if you could point right now where Ben Hill Road is, where would it be?
It's right here.
Right over here.
Look at these mounds of dirt. They had to be digging this pond out.
Let's go look.
It's something. But you see what I'm saying? What's these mounds of dirt? Like, there's all dead trees and but we're not on our property, you see what I'm saying? So we gotta.
Well, at the very worst, they just say leave.
Yep, exactly, that's what we say. And if they don't understand that, we'll do it anyway. Fuck them. They ain't from here either.
Who's that?
These people, they just moved here.
Oh, they did? Who owns this property?
I don't know, we don't know their name.
Uh-huh.
Look, right through here. Cause that Randonautica app took me right up here. I didn't even make it up here. These people come out and yelled at me.
Did?
Yeah.
How'd they know you were back here?
because I was at the edge of that pond and they seen my white I had a white t-shirt on. So that kind of spooked me out. I didn't know if they had cameras or, but right up here is that logging road too. But I wanted to look. I had me and my girlfriend come this way, and there's a old tree, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
We can go under. It's probably easier.
Like if this dog dies.
Yeah.
This is a nice walking street. If the dog dies, how many places could you hide her at? You know what I mean?
Anywhere.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what fucks me up, girl. Is knowing that, like, I had to think like kids. You know, say that you see a pretty girl, it's your neighbor. Me, I just want to talk to her, da 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 da. But I can understand some people where they get that mindset. Because normal people like us don't have that mindset. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to a little girl, dude, I hope something's going to come up. I swear to God.
See, back here, the phones don't even work, do they?
No, GPS don't work?
Nothing.
Works, dog. That's what I'm saying.
So I think that's probably one of the reasons why they can't find her, because they can't ping their phones.
There's nothing that they can cook. And that's what I'm saying. There's spots, look bro, like you haven't even, we had some jeans and some hiking gear on. It's best to get some tall boots and some sticks. But dude, I swear to God, I just shot a copperhead, bro.
Copperhead?
Yep, it was in my uncle's driveway though. But it was, you know what I mean? But look, see them brush piles? That's what I was telling my girlfriend. I said, dude, who knows? Right? Oh, it goes like a goalie, like this, like a bowl. Who knows? All they had to do was come up over that way.
How would they have gotten here? Just take their car or walk?
Walk.
Walk.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't know what they know. You know what I mean? We don't know. I think, honestly, if she ain't around here, Nolan is a construction worker, right?
Yeah, he works for Tucker Drywall.
I did construction for a little while, doing some, even helping the concrete crew.
Yeah.
If he was working on a house, there's always concrete crews coming in, right?
Yeah.
Who's to say that he didn't go and hide?
He claims he was in Jonesboro that day.
He's lying. He's fucking lying. Dude, he said that, oh,
Working.
Wild Bill and da da da. Wild Bill, that's a lie, bro.
What did he say about Wild Bill?
He says his name is Bill. I don't know Bill's last name. What the I'm gonna shoot.
Right, shoot.
So, yeah. He says, oh, there's a man up there. That's a lie. Looking at, or could mess with the kids.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lie. Why would he say that? You know what I mean?
Well, Don was pointing fingers at everybody. He pointed fingers at his coworker, Dudley Ajon, Jerry McLean. He was even saying about Fred Hill. You know, he's just pointing fingers.
Dude, it's like this, dude. These people back here just into a simple, easy like Sunday morning, good old you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're afraid of the law and certain things because of past, lie, you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? Like I said, man might have a and it ain't nothing even that deep. A little moonshine still, a little bit of hot plant growing. I don't
Yeah.
I don't
Nothing compared to a kid.
When is it, hey, dude, I'll tell you, hey, I don't give a dude. Up, bro.
So yeah, I've never even walked into a holler before like this.
Look, that's the thing, look. What month was it when she came up missing, bro?
It's a year ago.
Today?
On Wednesday, 15th of June.
So look, this is what it would have been like.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm back here. Exactly. I'm trying to give people like a perspective of what this terrain looked like, because in the winter all the leaves go down, right? Yeah. It's not green.
Okay. Look, right up here. Look, that's what I'm saying, bro. There ain't no wild thing gonna get her. She's smart enough not to. Mom and Dad knows. I don't believe there's nobody around here that would take her.
Exactly. And I went to their house. I mean, they're claiming someone parked at the bottom of the hill, went up this trail, took her. I mean, come on. You can't even see the house from the road.
It's a lie. I never knew. I never seen him. I never, you know what I mean, knew who was up there or nothing. So wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, spider webs, man. If I got a spider on me, you better too. I hate spiders. Oh.
Where'd you live in Indiana?
I was born in Peru, Indiana.
Where's that at?
It's
Near what city? Like big city?
It's near Indiana.
Oh, okay.
But it's a little small town.
When you come here?
Yeah. My dad was born and raised in Kingsport.
Okay.
And I got family. Like I said, my uncle lives right next door.
How old are you? Like 20?
I'm 34.
Oh, 34. I thought you were younger, dude.
Yeah. That's why, because I live young at heart.
Yeah, I'm 45.
45?
Yep.
Good damn, dude. I thought you were young.
Yeah.
But yeah, this I did. And I drink here and there. But I don't like watching that video. I don't like thinking about it a whole lot. Because it breaks my heart. And it's like this. People drink, they have this little legal, little something here and there. But they're all afraid to talk to the law. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at this trail. I've never
Look at this trail. Look.
I've never been up here before. Ever.
Wow. So which way's Ben Hill? Like from here?
It's looking this way.
Wow.
I've never been up here.
See, there's trails back here for.
Yeah.
I wonder if authorities were up here.
Dude, I don't even know if they heard me when I told them this was that holler that they didn't know. You know, because it's kind of hidden.
Yeah.
But look at these.
Yeah, trails. What's down there? Is there a house? You just want to be quiet?
No, fuck it. We don't know. We took a wrong turn. I'd rather be up front, straight up, tell who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people are they start shooting at you, sometimes, but nowadays they ain't no alternatives like they used to be. See what I'm saying? All these hollers and goalies and stuff. When I go gypsy hunting or scouting, I gotta have a compass, bro. Look at this, bro. You know what? Hey.
What is this?
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna probably come out right here on Ben Hill Road on the end.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
You're an investigator, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna.
Well, I'm a journalist.
Well, look, we're just gonna tell them that.
Just tell them the truth.
Okay,
We're looking for
whatever.
Summer.
You're seeking the. Yep, exactly.
It's been 1 year since she's been missing.
And I'm a local. I'm helping you. I didn't know. I thought we was on our property still, so we're just looking anywhere.
See, there's just like gullies and stuff. Like here, for instance, I don't know if a car can drive up. Or like you said, walk if it's down the street.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, there's so many places, and like over this will be another one, another camp. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna end up on somebody's property here in a second.
Think so?
Yeah. Okay, we just lost. We're just looking for something. And we'll get on Ben Hill Road and we'll walk out there.
Yeah.
We'll stop by Fred's. We'll stop by David Bay's, behind David Bay's. I know they haven't looked all behind there. Nobody wants to look like, look, you gotta have people, they don't want to bring in the locals, I guess, but you gotta have people that knows these, or knows what this, you can't have people just walking the roads, and they ain't doing no good. Look, you need people up here. You need people up here, you know what I mean? She can be anywhere, and nobody's ever know. You know what I mean? It's a pretty tricky tree out. I walking sticks a lot. Everywhere. We're gonna come out on Ben Hill Road, but this is one of the properties or something.
See what's up there.
Right there. Yep. let's get on the main road and let's just walk out, because
Yeah.
I don't want to be. Let's see, you got your car and come down this way. It's okay. I think I know where we are. We're right across the street from something. There's a big mansion or something back here, I think. And me and my dad, we try to go from David's and Fred, and we come out on this road, I think. I think we want to go this way.
Yeah.
And then keep going down the hill.
Yeah, so, but there's just so many, like you said, just so many areas. It's just...
Even that right there, we didn't... I wonder if the law knows about that spot back here. You know what I mean? But, well, it is what it is. But I'm just going to say this. Something's going to come up, you see what I'm saying? Something just don't happen to a baby like this. Or somebody's going to do something, you see what I'm saying? That's all I got to say about that.
I agree, 100%.
But yeah, he acts all about it. Look, she wouldn't even go looking for it. There's a creek at the bottom of the house. I went ginseng hunting. I got friends that live down further on Beach Creek. They ginseng hunt there, walk that whole creek. It comes out right at the house.
Look at that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's there.
Goes way back there.
I've never been. I think this will lead us out to Ben Hill Road, right?
Yeah.
And if we take a right, it'll take us to Candus.
Yeah.
The left is where David then lives. So you know what? If you want, if we are going the right way on the way back, we can take one of these roads. That's what I'm saying. We could have drove your car and parked at David's.
Yeah.
And then, but some of these people, they're very private. They got cameras. And like, look, there's goalies, and then I bet you over that there's another goalie, and I bet you in between here there's more.
I see that they got telephone poles going back here.
Yeah. And see, this is just a private lane. I know this lane. I walked down this lane with my dad. We went from David's trying to go to Monica Trey's.
Yeah.
When we come out on this lane. But down there, there's a big mansion down there. Yeah.
Well, whoever owns this lives on Ben Hill.
Yeah.
This drive here.
Yep. And so we come back out, and guess what? We was hiking for like an hour or two, and we end up coming out right next door to where we left, basically.
Yeah.
Like hours. I'm saying it's crazy. These maybe we can go back and hitchhike a ride.
Yeah, you want to go back the other way?
No, let's go down this road. Might as well now. Because I want to see where it comes out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I bet more.
But see how I got a hill and then like in between and then it goes up another hill.
And see, where we live is about 15 minutes away, right?
Yeah.
But if we cut to the woods, like I said that one day, I ran from David's to where we was at in like 8 to 10 minutes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Didn't even know really I got there, you know what I mean? But I do get, first year I was here, I got turned around all the time. But now I'm understanding it a little bit better, but I still get lost. So you find a creek or you just start going. Yeah, dude, we're so. Honestly, at night, I'm gonna tell you this: if you want, you're more welcome to come down here at night. I'm gonna tell you this: I never believed in ghosts. I never believed in no right.
Yeah.
But I moved down here. There's something down. There's some dude. Like, it might be just coyotes. It might just be deer. It might just be, you know what I mean, bear. But there's weird goes on in these woods at night. During dark. It's spooky out here. If you ain't got no guns, you ain't got no... Even with a gun, man. I hear all the time when I walk up and down my road. We like to have a couple people with us, lights, guns. All of us carry guns up here. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah, you need one.
yeah. You never know whether you'd be walking near the copperhead, you know. There's, you know, like a little girl, she couldn't make it, she wouldn't make it 1 or 2 nights. If she did get lost, which I don't think she did, she wouldn't make it 2 or 3 nights, bro. You know what I mean?
Not in this terrain.
No.
But no, even just a little girl running, they wouldn't run into the brush.
That's her road. Yeah, exactly. That's her road, dude. She knows this. If anything, then they took her that other way. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a creek. I walked down it one day for hours. And it led me right to their house, at the bottom of their house. So why didn't anybody go there? You know what I mean? Why didn't the parents immediately go there? You see what I'm saying? That's what I think. Little kids like go to the creek, right? Water, you know what I mean? Yeah, right here. This is where I caught. Yeah, anyways. And I wish the motherfucker, I swear to God. You can put that on the news too. We're just good old people. Good old motherfucking. I wish that come down and try to hit us with a block of firewood. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we're not doing nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Who wouldn't want somebody looking for their baby, bro? But anyways.
But see, I mean, she could be anywhere.
Dude, it's a neighbor or it's them that know. If somebody on this road knows for a I guarantee you, I'm a betting man. I bet everything I got that her parents or the next door neighbor knows. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, that do crazy. I always sitting there watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They know what's going on.
Oh, okay, this is Simpson and Ben Hill right here.
Yep. David Bay's own property and his next door to Fred. I bet money right over this hill. Yep. Exactly.
He wasn't happy at us about 6 months ago with this guy over here in the white pickup truck straight.
Dude.
Yeah, he came out and started screaming.
Look.
So we made it to Ben Hill, Simpson. That's Simpson. We are on Ben Hill, so.
People that got something, they got something to hide then, you know what I mean? Dude,
maybe I'll just exchange info with you and we'll do Fred Hill another day.
Okay, that's fine. But look, I've known him since I moved down here. Acquaintance. I don't talk to him that much anymore, you know what I mean? We had a little bit of falling out on some trading shit. But I know this, he ain't child molester, he ain't kids.
Yeah, it's good to know.
Look, he might be back in the sticks, secluded, and come up with his own wild theories, like everybody's entitled to, but nah, he didn't do nothing with no baby. And if you listen to him, he probably's onto something, you know what I mean? He knows these woods.
See, this is their property, I think.
Yeah, this is that creek, you know what I mean? Like I said.
And that's the Menards.
Yeah. See, I ain't gonna say a lot about that either, but dude, these boys been living here their whole life.
Yeah, the road's named after them, right? Hill? Ben Hill? Hill?
Yeah, his dad or a relative or something like that. Yeah, Fred at one, I don't know, I shouldn't be saying, but he was, somebody come down there, he has daughter there visiting. The guy come out and Fred didn't even know him, started shooting. This is how wild things used to be.
Oh, wow.
Started shooting, thought, wrong house or something, you know what I mean? Thought it was about some money or something. Started shooting a gun at Fred. Fred went and retrieved his, he had a 357, got behind a tree, changed fire, and shot the guy. He said he shot him in the, he thought he, killed him immediately because it blew him over into the But, you know what I mean? He shot him in the neck and the dude lived, you know what I mean?
Did they call the police?
Yeah.
Get arrested?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, dude. I know people down here. Good old boy. This is where Summer lives.
Yep.
And fucking bullshit.
I was here yesterday and there was 2 cars leaving their driveway. One had a canoe on the top.
They should just.
And then I came one time about a month ago and there was a dead dog right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I come here, me and my mom and my aunt, and they was a cop, like a cop or looked like a damn. Because a lot of people, I don't think why they've done a whole lot is because they think that there's law up there or there's law watching all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here's the creek.
Yeah.
Right here's where that little girl would probably be playing at most of the time. You know what I'm saying? For example, they ain't got kids around here are rough and tough. They play, you know what I mean? They ain't no TV. They ain't no certain for kids. Nowadays there is, but back when I was little, when I come to Tennessee, me and my cousins was in creeks 90% of the time. We was together though. You know what I mean? It's rare one little girl's gonna go walking off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or this way. Like we can take this creek. It'll take us all the way to our road. You know what I'm saying?
You want to go?
Well,
Just get off the main road?
honestly, it's up to you. I'm just saying.
You want to walk the main road?
Honestly, I hate this. I'm telling you this. I just don't want to be.
You want to go back the way we? You want to go back the way we came?
Honestly, I think we should walk the main road.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I'll just show you. Me and you did that way, and I'll show you how short it is from. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I got friends up and down this creek. You know what I'm saying?
You know anything about this neighbor up here in the corner?
No, nothing about him at all. Like a lot of us.
They're called the Chambers. I think their name is the Chambers.
I think they're good people.
The only bad people, it seems like, are these people here, the Wells.
And there's wild. There's wild that's. I know wild.
But they're not.
No, dude.
Or child, kill.
They ain't nobody.
There's some sex around here. I mean, people that do things to children. Molesters is still bad people, but
they wouldn't be down here. I'm gonna tell you that. That's a fact, bro. That's a motherfucking fact.
Come on, Lucy.
Come on, girl. She's getting tired. Yeah, I like having her with me all the time.